Hey, what up, comic book nerds? Excalibur here. You know what we talking about today? Cue the music! Cut the music! Spider-Man. Alright guys, so pretty much in my last video, I talked about Spider-Man issue number 6. You can find the video right here. Be sure to check that out before you watch this one because I'm going to be reviewing issue number 7 and issue number 8 of Spider-Man. So, you know, check that out first. So in issue number 7, they start out with introducing Cardiac. Now, Cardiac is a I guess you can say a vigilante hero, maybe. He's this doctor named Ellis Wortham, and he has a clinic where he helps people, or I guess you can say tends to the needs of the health of people who can't afford health care, or people, you know, homeless people or poor people. And so he pretty much does like operations on them that hospitals would otherwise not do because it's too expensive or it's too risky, whatever the case may be. So he's a doctor who turns into a superhero slash vigilante that on the side helps people when they need help. Yeah, kind of complicated. Cool dude though. So pretty much he needs this brain scanner to help out this little girl because she's dying or she's really sick or something like that. So he needs this brain scanner, so he has to go to this warehouse to find this brain scanner where supposedly the police confiscated all of Otto Octavius's belongings and put him in this warehouse after he died. So Spider-Man gets this call on his app, you know, in the middle of the night saying, hey, you know, this warehouse is being broken into. So he's like, okay, I'll go handle the business. I'll go handle that, son. I'll go handle that. Where is that? Who did that? I'm on my way. Yeah. So pretty much Spider-Man swings into action. Well, Cardiac is already there. He's just messing up all the security guards. He's just like bam, 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 just messing them up. Going get the looking for the device. He's looking all over the crates for the device. So Spider-Man swings into action. You know how he does. So my man Spider-Man, he just swings into action. He just runs up and he just hits my man in the back. Catches him, right? So the Spider-Man's like, give it up, stop with all this stealing stuff. And there's kind of pride and mixed into that because it's secretly his stuff because he is Dr. Otto Octavius. So, of course, Cardiac, he's trying to save lives. Cardiac's like, what are you doing? Now, Cardiac and Peter Parker are somewhat friends. Like, Peter Parker respects Cardiac for what he's doing. He's not really a bad guy. He's just a guy that sees a broken system and doing his best to fill in the gaps. I like Cardiac. So, Otto Octavius don't care about all that stuff. So he's just like, man, you got like 3 seconds to like put that stuff down and turn yourself in. So Spider-Man gets the best of him. He's about to finish him off, right? He's all in his face. So he's like, you ready to die, punk? You ready to die?
Hey, man. Won't you chill out with all that violence, man? That ain't even cool, dog.
Man, back up! So pretty much, he's distracted by Peter Parker in his mind. So Cardiac takes advantage of the situation. He takes the device he needs. He gets out of there. Cardiac wins the day. So the next scene they go into where like he actually meets up with the Avengers. Because if you remember in chapter 6, the Avengers was like, we need to like haul him in for questioning. So he meets up with the Avengers, and so he's all like, yeah, so what do you guys need, man? I'm here to help. I'll solve any problem you got. What's going on? I got this. What you need? So the Avengers like, you need to slow down. We pulled you in because we got a problem with you, homie. We need to do some scans on your brain because you ain't right now. We think somebody controlling you, son. So Spider-Man is like, no, you ain't getting in my head. Ain't gonna happen like that. So they get mad. It's like, look, we taking you down whether you like it or not. And so Spider-Man's like, bring it. Ha! And that's pretty much the end of 7. Like, pretty much, they're about to actually go at it. I really thought that issue number 7 was going to be the majority of them fighting. But, hey, it's all good. I actually like the Cardiac, adding Cardiac in there because he plays a cool part in chapter number 8. Alright, so chapter 8 starts off, right? And it starts off hot. Like, they're just getting it. Like, Spider-Man is just fighting the Avengers. He's just blah, 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 blah. They're having trouble fighting Spider-Man now. This is the Avengers. They're having trouble fighting Spider-Man, which makes all sense because with the Spidey sense and all of his agility, man, I mean, come on. You got to be like on a whole nother level to really like take Spider-Man down single-handedly, But then again, in the past, many heroes and many villains have done it. So, I don't know. So I love how Black Widow's like, his Spidey sense is making his way too hard. We can't take him down. Like, seriously. Right, so Peter is still in his mind talking, so he gets a little distracted. So he's all like, you know, what's going on? So while he's distracted, Captain America gives him the meanest shield bash to the face. Like, kapow! 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 I love it. So next scene, pretty much, he's laid out, he's on the table, they already run the test on him and stuff. So, you know, they run a whole scan through him. And it's funny because when they're done with the scan, so Captain America says, okay, Spider-Man, so we've scanned you, and it's conclusive that you are not a Skrull. I was like, what? So that was it kind of makes like Captain America seem kind of stupid, the whole scene, because if they are smart enough to run the test and to analyze you and know what to look for, or you know, or even the sense that something's wrong, how can they not sense that it's not Dr. Otto Octavius? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. You know, please tell me. So now we fast forward to Cardiac, and he's in this hospital. Now he's using the device that he stole from the warehouse to use on this little girl to help fix her. So he can't quite get it to work 100% because he doesn't know how it works. And he even says that only Dr. Otto Octavius knows how this really works. Now, meanwhile, Dr. Otto Octavius is like, he saw like the results that they pulled up on from scanning him, and he saw that he had a weird brain pattern in his scan. So he wants to find out what that was. He really wants to, like, you know what's going on, but he needs his brain scanner. Hence, that's what Cardiac has. So he needs it. So he knows that Cardiac has it because, you know, he fought him in Chapter 7. You know, trying to stop him. Cardiac got away with it. So he goes to try to go and retrieve his brain scanner to find out what's going on with his brain. So Spider-Man just breaks into the facility, and he's just going back and forth with Cardiac. They're having an epic battle, and so Spider-Man reaches to take the brain scanner away from the little girl. And so it's cool because there's one thing I can say about Humberto Ramos is that he does a really good job of angles and like intensifying certain scenes to make it, you know, to make it feel what you want. Like, I might not like his cartoony style for a more sinister Spider-Man, you know, but I really do like his symmetry and how he really does his scenes and his angles is really nice. But anyway, he's reaching for this brain scanner to take from this little girl. And so Cardiac's like, what are you doing? He's like, I need to take this from you because you stole this from Dr. Otto Octavius. And so Cardiac is like, I know that. I'm trying to right the wrongs that he made. The reason why that this little girl is in the hospital is because of him. So, you know, Spider-Man is like, what are you talking about? Explain. Like, you know, because of course he's Dr. Otto Octavius. So Cardiac explains to him, well, this little girl's injuries is a result of the global warming that Dr. Otto Octavius used to blackmail the Earth. He's like, oh snap, I did do that. So he feels bad. He's like, you know what? I know how to work this brain scanner. I can fix her for you. And so you know, Cardiac's like, dude, you're not a doctor. He's like, no, I'm a doctor. I can handle this stuff. I can fix her. Spider-Man and Cardiac, they dress for surgery. They get ready to fix on this little girl, and they succeed, right? So Cardiac and Spider-Man are sitting on a bench after it's done, and the Cardiac's like, man, you were brilliant in there. You did a really wonderful job. I had no idea that you were such a brilliant doctor, and, you know, blase. All right, so Cardiac gives him the brain scan device. He's like, listen, you look like you really needed the brain scan device. I'll go ahead and give it to you, so it's cool. All right, so the very last page, you have Dr. Otto Octavius using his brain scanner device, you know, trying to find out what's going on with his brain. And so, and then you have Peter in his mind, you know, kind of like on a little ghost on the side saying, I'm going to find a way to get back at you, man. I'm going to get back my body. And so then you see Dr. Otto Octavius says, no, you won't, Peter. And so, so he's like, oh, you can hear me? He said, yeah, I know you're there now. You know, I figured out, you know, the brain scan device, and, you know, it's time to get rid of you. So now the next issue supposedly is supposed to be, you know, who's going to be Spider-Man. Now, me personally, I want Dr. Otto Octavius to remain Spider-Man. I don't care what the haters say. Dr. Otto Octavius is the best Spider-Man out there. I'm sorry. But we'll see what happens. We really will see what happens. Regardless, it's been an awesome read up to now. I recommend checking out the series from beginning to where it is now. I hope they continue to go in an awesome area. And, you know, Humberto Ramos, even though I don't like the cartoony style, he's been excellent. at you know, drawing angles and making certain dramatic scenes, so I can't really knock him too bad. I love his art style, but just, you know, for Spider-Man, I thought it was too corny, but he's doing a good job. He's consistent. I'm loving it. I'm loving that they're keeping the same style throughout the whole comic so far. So, yeah. So please put down in the comment below whether you want Dr. Otto Octavius to stay Spider-Man or you want Peter Parker back. So you comic book nerds have an awesome day. Peace.